Hi, I'm Michelle Rodriguez. I'd like to thank Movieset.com, Mariallo, of course, and Lay for facilitating the opportunity to do this live. And we tried to get to all your questions, but there were a lot of them. I thank you for submitting them in the forum. And nothing. Let's get this started.
All right, our first question comes from Tiger Lily. Her question is, which scene in the movie did you find the most challenging, and what was your favorite scene to do?
Huh. I would say my favorite scene to do in the movie had something to do with a crane, because I love action. My dogs,
Technical difficulty.
yeah.
Poor guy.
Baby, you okay? It seems my dog's about to cough up his stomach. Let me... Hold on.
1 second.
You okay? You okay? Yeah. Belly acids.
Aw, poor guy.
Sorry
Okay,
about that.
so favorite
So
scene.
Tiger Lily, yeah. My favorite scene in the movie to shoot, just because I love action, would have something to do with the crane. I don't want to give too much away. But I'd also have to say, being a protester and sitting down with actual protesters who were there at the WTO events, that was amazing. And I'd have to say that even though I didn't expect, getting sprayed and, you know, dragged away and handcuffed to be such a wonderful experience, it turned out to be a lot cooler than I had expected it to be. Yeah.
Our next question comes from Jen. She says, Michelle, how would you say you've changed over the past 7 years since you first entered the business?
What's really interesting is that I don't feel like I've even been born yet. Like I've only been in this business for 7 years, and I've learned a lot. I've grown a lot. I think the majority of the change that I've undergone has been mostly to do with maturity and just like, you're completely fearless when you're young, and it allows you to do and explore and get your nose into so many things, trouble included. And I guess now that I'm getting older, I'm just starting to realize like what I'm passionate about, what I care about, and what I want to put my energy into, and I think that, when I was younger, I always knew what I was in the world for, but I didn't know how to do it. And now as I'm getting older, I'm starting to realize how. And it's a beautiful thing. Growing up is amazing. Although I do kind of, sometimes I kind of wish that I had the balls I did when when I started. But now I'm a lot more calm and passive.
Our next question comes from Becky. Her question is, what do you think of Stuart Townsend's debut in the role of a director? Did he allow improvisation in your acting, or did you notice pressure? Because obviously it's his first movie as a director.
Stuart is one of the coolest guys ever. He's human. And I think the key to being an amazing director, is three things in my book. And I've only done like 8 movies, so it's just my perspective. You gotta know what you want. The vision's gotta be, structured. And you gotta know how to deal with people. And that's something that directors usually lack, I've noticed. And, he's great on all three. So if you ask me, the guy's amazing. He knows what he's doing. Yeah.
Our next question comes from Damsco. He asks, why do you think many people, especially the younger generation, are so reluctant to stand up for what they believe in and speak out about issues they don't agree with?
Because today's society, I think, makes it easy for people to be lazy and not care. I could easily sit on my MySpace and spend all day on my computer, get up the next day, do my 9 to 5. After busting my ass all day, do I really want to go out there and fight for human rights, risk going to jail, risk losing my job, have to worry about the rent, have to worry about... People are lazy. And, and it's part of media has a lot to do with it, I think. Parents not making their kids, not influencing their kids to be active, sitting home staring at TVs all day. It makes us lazy, man. I've done it. I know. I've been there. I've sat home and played D&D and sat there in front of my Sony PlayStation all day and not wanted to go out for anything, other than to, make money so that I can keep playing my PlayStation and sit home and watch television. And, one day I just realized I walked outside and it was a beautiful day and I was just like, what the hell am I doing with my skin and my life and my body? I think it has a lot to today's, tech information age is so saturated with information, people don't know what to believe in either. You know, I think it has a lot to do with it. We're just surrounded by so much, and people get lazy. You know, so hopefully, you start thinking about 20, 30 years from now. And that's the big thing. I think people forget that things change and change is inevitable. And no matter what you do, you will always have to understand that that is a reality, a fact of life. We're just completely non-consistent beings. So once people realize that, then they'll start making moves. So if they have kids, they'll start worrying about what this kid's life is going to be like at 30 and whether or not he's going to be damning to all hell that he was ever born. You know?
Wow, that's a good